Greetings and salutations, males, females, and extraterrestrials. Today we're doing push-ups, but I want to speak on something a minute. I've been using this. Loving it. It can also come in handy, almost as a bowling pin, but it's rounded on the bottom so it's not going to stand straight. But, it comes in other uses too. You can, if you're talented enough. I don't think I'm fully awake enough yet to really toss it up. Yeah, not quite. But it is great for your shoulders. Helps the rotator cuff and that little muscle in there. Your serratus is like right here, I think. Oh well. Like I said, I'm not awake enough. But it's the muscle that works when you do these. That one that's inside there. But I need to get another one to do one of the full workouts. Like, do it fully, You're holding them like this. Come out. Well, no, you're holding them like this. And you bring them down, face each other. And you come out a little more. And then you rotate your arm up. And keeping it straight, you rotate it back. And then you drag the mace, the club, behind your elbow like that, and behind your shoulder. You put your elbow in front, and come back to starting position. And then, what I like to do is also reverse that. And I've been using the neck weight thing more too. I've been seeing some benefit. My neck and shoulders haven't been hurting as much. They seem to be a lot stronger. I don't get tired. I used to always have to keep my back up against something and keep my head up against something. But now, not as much. I still try to for, neck health, but neck and upper back. But anyway, in here we have Pumped AF by Steel supplements. Blue raspberry. I'm not a fan of blue raspberry things, but they keep sending me sample packets of the blue raspberry Pumped AF. So I like the product. I'm not going to waste it. So I'm going to fight through the flavor and reap its benefits. I'm not going to waste my money on the flavor, the tub of it, because I just don't like the flavor. But if someone were to buy me that flavor, then I would, a tub of that flavor, then I would suck it up and choke it down and reap its benefits. But they have other flavors, I am sure. Haven't looked at their Pumped AF in a while. Been getting other more essential things that I need. And so I'm not sure what flavors they have anymore. They used to have one with volcano lava burst or something or other. Something like that. And it was good. In here we have Candy Bliss. No. And here's the Pumped AF. Sorry, my bad. And here is the pre-workout Candy Bliss. And here, Pumped AF. I'm gonna go ahead and drink it first, so that way it's in our system and we get pumps for the majority, if not all, of the workout. I filled this one up with 8 ounces. Well, this one with 8 ounces. The rest of the 16.9 went into here. Should have done it the other way though, I think. Then this flavor wouldn't be as strong because it'd be up a bit higher. And, oh well. We're doing push-ups today. I'm not gonna do those tiny dumbbells. Nah. It's just way too many reps. And I did not really get anything out of it. Seriously. Felt no significant change. You know, high reps, low weight can work certain muscle groups for certain people, others not so much. It depends on your muscle fiber orientations. Or not the orientations, but the type. Fast type, slow, fast twitch, slow twitch, you know, whatever. And I'm used to moving heavy weights, and those are just nothing. I can move those in my sleep. Anyway. There was something else. Here we go. I'll think of it later, maybe. Kinda smells like bubblegum. And if I tell myself it's bubblegum flavor, I know I'm not gonna believe it. There was a Coffee Bang keto protein energy drink, coffee flavored, and I don't like coffee, but I tried it, and it had the protein, and I was trying to get a lot of protein that I could, so I was drinking that as my energy drink in the morning at work, and I just had to keep telling myself it was burnt marshmallow flavor, because I do not like coffee, but I was drinking it for the benefits. The caffeine and the protein. And I think back then Bangs had some BCAAs and maybe creatine and stuff in them. I don't remember now. I haven't had a Bang in a while. I haven't had a Rain in a while either. Mostly been just drinking Monster pre-workouts. Before a workout. And Monsters because I need to cut back on my caffeine. Even though I don't, or very rarely, because I try not to, drink caffeine after noon or 1. So it doesn't hopefully affect my sleep. Almost rather liquor than this, but liquor, alcohol has no benefits except the getting sloshed part. It has negative effect on muscle. It has negative effect on cognitive behavior and function. It has negative effect on your organs. So bottoms up, right? taste. I mean, it's a lot better than blue raspberry candies, Airheads and Suckers and whatever. And it's better than cough syrup. And it actually is better than alcohol. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna try and get into it in a minute. Almost 11 minutes in. Damn. Oh well. Just remember that when I finish the video, and if it seems long, I just have to remember, spent this amount of time just blabbing away. And if my son is watching this, I love you, buddy. Family members watching this, love you too. Friends watching this, yeah, I guess I love you too. And yeah. Can't really think of much else to say right now. Cat perked up and looked at me real quick like, what the hell? What the hell? It seems to get stronger with every drink. And steel supplements. If you're watching this, please stop sending me the blue raspberry. Appreciate it. And send me more of those QR codes. Because I leave those in the stores, like Walmart when I go shopping, I just leave it on the shelf. Especially buy the protein powders and other protein supplements. So that way maybe you guys can get some more business. And Walmart will lose business. Because steelsupplements.com are the superior choice, in my opinion. And yet, I mean, you're paying more at Walmart most of the time. But some of the I want to say bottles, but containers are, I mean, I guess it kind of is a bottle, but not in the sense I think of. The containers, sometimes I want to call them cans, but anyway, the containers are, some of them are bigger at Walmart. See, I'm still waking up. The tartness of this helps me wake up though, I think. That's why I like tart energy drinks or sour energy drinks. The tang helps wake me up before the caffeine kicks in. But you do have to wait, you know, a little while for you to receive your steel supplements because they ship. You know, can't just buy them at the store yet. And but I do think steel supplements is better. The last drink too. I don't want to do it. But I'm gonna do it. think of the pre-workout and start the workout. That one had a lot of powder in it. That Candy Bliss, pretty darn good. And my favorite is the peachy, but they were out. So got Candy Bliss. It's a good one. Went to get the watermelon BCAs and they were out. So got Bohemian Bliss. It's pretty good. Anyway, I'm gonna move the camera and get in position here. Get me and the camera in position. Need something. Create a deficit. Something that's not going to be wobbly and moving all over the place, or too big and bulky where I can't get into the deficit. So, and I don't really have anything like that here that I can think of. So, do what I can. To the gates of hell, as you make our way to heaven through the Nazi lines. Primo Victoria on the 6th of June, on the shores of Western Europe, 1944. D-Day upon us. Orders were easy. It's kill or be killed. Blood on both sides will be spilled. Victory is ours. Their forces will fall. I can already feel a kind of a tingle in the muscles that I've been using. With my hands close like that, puts more emphasis on the chest. And keep it low, back down like this, push like this, You're not really getting much shoulder here. That is flab. Feels flabby. It's not tight at all. Tightness is starting here. Right here. Nothing here. Yeah, feeling a tingle from the pumped. Mostly here. Some back here. Feels good though. I didn't rest long enough. I should have been able to do about 15 more. Or, I don't know, I really didn't get much sleep last night. To bed around 10, 11, woke up about 4. Thought I'd go back to sleep. That didn't happen. So got up, weighed myself. Well, used the bathroom, weighed myself, made food, ate it. I've been eating mostly enough food lately, which is awesome. It definitely helps with feeling of the way my body is, you know. But the sleep, it can also wreck a lot. It can wreck a lot more than lack of food, actually. Sleep is arguably the most important aspect of it all. And yes, your body needs food to fuel what you do and to fuel the recovery after the fact. Your body doesn't repair, doesn't fix, doesn't get better without the sleep. Because sleep is the maintenance. See, doing this way, I can already feel more in my chest with my hands closer together, my thumbs closer together, instead of like this. Instead of doing my push-ups like this, like I used to, just push like that. Now with like this, hands more, thumbs touching, hands more in, as much as possible. I can't really do it right now standing up. I'm not even standing up, but thumbs touching at least, not like this. Hands in more, as much as possible, about like this. Pushing like that, more on the chest. Push like this. It's a lot on the chest. It's mostly a lot on the triceps and shoulders. Push like this. That's mostly shoulders and some triceps. No chest. So really, the way you do it depends on what your goals are. If you want chest, do the chest angles. So the guess of how, as we make our way to heaven through the Nazi lines, Primo Victoria. Into the night, the witch is on the flight. None those wings of death that made so fate. Night from my regiment, 138. Like I was just doing, if you're trying to work chest, hands in as much as possible. First. Doing push-ups, I mean, anyway. Then, when you gas out at that angle, you can bring your arms out a little bit more, hands out a little bit more, to give yourself more of a mechanical advantage. And you just keep going, making the variations easier, pyramid down, and as you would pyramid down in weight when you're lifting weights. Barbell, dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever bell. Of death, prepared to meet your fate. Night bomber regiment, 138. Another thing, too, is I used to think you can't get a good workout in if you're not working out longer than 30 minutes. You gotta go, 45 to an hour minimum, right? But if the intensity is there, and the high volume and all the other right components, if you like doing push-ups, you go fast, a lot of, or moving weight, you got a lot of weight, you can reach failure with that high weight and drop it high, moderately high weight, then moderate weight, and moderately low, and that's about where you want to stop probably. I mean, some of you might want to go into the low weight also, but if you maximize out what you can at the high weight or fast reps or a combination, you'll reach failure faster, where you won't be able to move that weight and you'll have to drop weight, and you'll be done with your workout usually sooner than you would if you kept a moderate to slow tempo or tried using lightweight. Like I would check out my last push-up video using small dumbbells, trying to do flies and dumbbell floor press and everything. Man, that did not do nothing for me, by the way, but it took me a long time to even reach a point where my muscles were burnt out. I'm probably just overtrained. That's probably one reason why my Hume Health scale is telling me, you know, my arms and this and that parts of my body losing weight, losing lean muscle mass and gaining fat, or losing both, or whatever. It's been kind of a roller coaster trying to get everything figured out, but I'm finally starting to get it. I was eating a little too many carbs and then using the light weights in areas where I needed heavy weight. So when I'm done with this push-up workout, I'm not using those light weights to do anything, unless I were to use the whole stack of them and do like pinch press, not pinch press, but coffin press or something of the sort, maybe. I don't know. And long, semi-long breaks are okay, especially if you're training strength, because you want those muscles to start to recover, not fully recover. That comes later. But when you're in the gym, you want them to recover a little bit, get some of that energy back into them, so you can hit them again, and then another longer or semi-long rest, but not like a 20-minute rest, a 15-minute rest. 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, depending on how you feel. If you're still not feeling ready to go after 10 minutes, I'd say you're done, and to go home, recover with proper food, proper nutrition, macros and micros, and rest, especially whatever body part you used or used in the gym. But it gives your muscles time to recover enough to hit it again, hard or almost just as hard as you did previously, while also still leaving some fatigue and of course muscle tears and everything, lactic acid and whatever in there. I thought I heard something. I had to investigate. And I only had that for self-defense. I don't brandish weapons. They're all tools to me. And I have them for self-defense, which, hardly, really, actually, never happens, but rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But usually, I use my pocket knives and my pocket knives to open stuff, boxes and whatever when I need to, or clean out my fingernails, pick out splinters, or a couple times I used to have a blackhead in my teens right here on the edge of my lip. It was really hard to pinch it and pop it because your lips are so sensitive, but it's right on the edge. So I took a knife, came like that under the head, pop it out. And there's one right here that shows up a lot, and I have to do the same, or take a little needle and very, very carefully put it right there, push it through, and pull the blackhead out, and put some creams and clean, and then put creams and it's the alcohol pad, and then cream if I have the cream. You get so much more of a workout. It would be so much more beneficial. You get some blood back in my brain, and it would be so much more beneficial if I could create a deficit. I'm just not really sure how. I don't have anything that sits up high enough where I can get that. So we do what we can with what we have, where we are. like that. I only feel a lot in the chest. I feel a little bit in the chest, but that's because I've already worked the chest. And it doesn't want to be used, but even out here, still got some chest movement going on. I feel a little as I push out, I feel the muscle come up, contracting. My chest doesn't want to jump in, but it's kind of forced to because, you know, how muscles work. But a lot more in the triceps when the arm is flared. That's also not where doing it like that, you're at a mechanical disadvantage because just leverage and all of that, how the muscles like to work. I was locking this arm out while leaving this one not locked out for a reason. It wasn't because I just wasn't paying attention completely. I thought I was. Believe me, I was. I was doing it because this arm was already hitting that point. This arm had not. So while he's still using both, put more emphasis on this one to try and get it there too, without pushing this one too much further past that point. Honestly, I think we're about shot. I'm gonna go for a few more. Try to. Anyway. I think that's done for. Well, I know I'm talking about the dark military green one and the black ones too. I mean, the black one you can still kind of see through if you had a bright enough light. This, you literally have to have the light right up practically against it, almost. Like, that far. You have to shine it up and you're like, Oh, man. Yeah, sleep, lack of sleep, seriously wrecks your energy. Buck. Male deer. No, I didn't say the F word, YouTube, okay? So, please. I said buck. I said it kind of quietly, and then I realized YouTube would probably think I said so. Yeah, we're trying to get back into working out because some of the data on the human health scale says some things I didn't like. Nothing horrible, but body fat percentage going up. I'm only at 14% though, like 14, almost 15, fluctuate back and forth in between. And but lean mass is going down. Like arms, one arm is a little bit bigger than the other. It was. Now they're about the same. Haha, I don't know what I did exactly, but yay. Let me keep it up. The left arm was bigger by 0.2 of lean mass. 7.7, 7.5. And I can always tell, I can feel it. I feel like this. Thumb here, hand here. Tighten that muscle up. Tighten the bicep. I feel. Tighten up over here. I feel. Feel a little bit of a gap right there. And this gap isn't as big. So I have to work on that. But yeah, now they actually feel mostly the same. Man. I hate waking up so early. And see, you can still do your workouts on little sleep. You're just not going to get as much into that. You're not going to be able to put as much into them probably. You're resting a little bit longer. Not as many reps. Not going as long. Probably. And if you're still getting enough food, you'll still be making gains. If you're in a deficit of either one, you're still going to make, or both, you're still going to make gains. They just might be a lot slower, and maybe off-putting, make you want to just say screw it and give up. Well, that's fear. Come on, let's roll. Okay, we're spent. I can always tell by the way everything feels. And I've learned, for the most part, I'm sure I still do it to an extent. For the most part, I've learned to, or gained, whatever, the ability to push past my own mental limitations. Like, a lot of time, and own mental and physical limitations, in which I mean the ones where you feel that tight feeling, that painful, that squeeze, contraction, burning, whatever. Some people feel it differently. From what I have heard and read, but with the pump, you get to a certain point, a lot of lactic acid build up and whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Drop the weight. You hit fatigue. You drop the weight. You say, okay, I'm done. And like, you physically, you mentally believe it because like you're listening to your body and all, but really it's your caveman brain saying you don't want to expend too much energy because food is scarce, right? Well, not anymore. Not in this day and age. If you have the money, you can get as much food as you want. You could literally stock your fridge and freezer to the brim, but they won't even close. I've done it before. I rearrange some stuff, take stuff out of packages, whatever. And rearrange everything, Tetris, it all. And it's also that same brain saying, oh, this hurts. You know, physical body, the human body doesn't like pain. Pain, for the longest time, was a warning sign saying, hey, don't do that. You know, and longest time, and forever, you know, when we're kids, the parents are like, we tell our parents, oh, this hurts when I do this. It hurts when I do this. It hurts when I bend my elbow out, or wiggle my pinky, or my index finger, or my thumb, whatever. It hurts when I do that. Parents or grandparents are like, well, don't do that. You know? So yeah, our body's thinking, oh shoot, this hurts. Oof, I don't want to do it anymore. It's called discipline. It's called you fight and gruel through the pain. Because that pain is beneficial. That pain creates more discipline. That pain creates a more healthy environment for your soul, for the vessel that holds your soul. So, it's like I was working at Walmart years ago. This one girl was complaining, heard her talking to her friends. She's complaining about, she just went to the gym the other day, and she's still really super sore, and she's never doing that again because she hated it, hates the feeling afterward, hated the feeling during, but she wanted to lose weight and, you know, get in better shape and stuff, like. And yeah, I've seen a lot of people lose weight working at Walmart, working in the online order section, because all they are doing is walking around the store all day, picking stuff up, putting it in a cart, filling that cart up of what stuff people order, taking it up front or out in the back or side or wherever their designated staging place is for the online orders. I was gaining working there because I was spending my money wisely. I was taking my breaks and lunches wisely to where it was spacing out my work perfectly. Every 2 to 2.5 to 3 hours, break, lunch, break, home. Then at home, I could eat again. But you know, walking around just doing that, you're not gonna build muscle unless you're physically, actively challenging those muscles to cause a stimulus for growth. Okay? Me, I could do this literally all day long. It's not gonna do shiza. Okay? But maybe overtrain that muscle, burn it up, make it get smaller. You have to go to the gym. You have to go somewhere and do some sort of physical activity that challenges your muscles and makes them grow. Okay, you're moving a lot of weight, like 20 pounds, curling 20 pounds. Okay, when I first started working out, 15 pounds was heavy to me, and then I could only do a few reps of it. And when I was not in school, I'd go out on my front porch, move the weights a little bit until I couldn't anymore. Then I'd go inside, maybe eat something if I was hungry, play video games, listen to music, whatever, or both, and or watch something on TV, watch a movie, you know, whatever. Go hang out, play with at the park or whatever with some friends. And then maybe later that day I'd go back out, do a few more reps of what I could do at the time, and I'd put the weights down, consider it done. I didn't know better. I should have done 1, 2, maybe even 3 or 5 more reps past that point of where I thought I couldn't do anymore. Because I can guarantee you, I still had a couple, at least, reps in reserve. Yeah, the weight was hard to get up. I was like, but it wasn't to the point where it was. So, anyway, hope you enjoy it. I know it's kind of a long one. Haven't done a long one in a while though, but I had a few things to say, and had to rest in between sets long enough to do another set. I mean, I could have done the myo rep matches, but that doesn't really work for me in push-ups, at least, because, you know, I do however many, say 15, 12, 15, maybe 17, all in one shot, first set. Then I'd have to do so many, rest, do so many more, rest, do so many more, rest, do so many more. And I'd only crank out like, I mean, you saw it. I did 15, right? First set. And then, there later, I did like 6. Then I would have had to do like 6 more. And it probably wouldn't have been 6 more. I probably would have had to do like 4 or 3. And then I'd do like 3 more, or 2, or 1, and then 1, and then 1, and 1, and yeah, it's about the same volume, but I like to rest longer and do bigger sets for push-ups anyway, and a lot of other workouts as well. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Leave a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, have a good one, folks. Check out steelsupplements.com, odinstreasures.com, Spirit Magica, MAGICKA.com, drsquatch.com, manscaped.com. Also, check out humehealth.com. Got the scale. Got a band coming soon that's going to help it a lot more. I already had most of my health on track. I figured out, the best eating plan for me. I don't want to call it a diet plan because it's not something I plan to ever step away from. I plan to focus and stick to it 99.98%. I'll have candy, chips, cookies, cake, whatever, every once in a while. And when I do, yeah, I indulge in it. I may eat a little too much of it, but I don't really touch it again for a good while. Like, we got donuts from a donut shop, really great donut shop here in town, JR's Donut Castle, a taste fit for a king. And they make some really great donuts. Better than McHappy's, better than Dunkin's, better than all the other ones. Definitely better than Walmart, better than, you know, anywhere else, really. But I had a German chocolate brownie yesterday for lunch at work. And we got those donuts 3, 4 maybe days ago, something like that. They're still sitting in there. I've ate one of them, just the brownie. I haven't touched my other ones yet. I just don't eat a lot of junk anymore. I don't consume a lot of sugar. I may overeat a little bit, but it's carbs, unfortunately, like, potatoes, rice every once in a while, pastas, tortellini, ravioli, whatever stuff. But most of it's homemade, so that's a plus. You know what's in it when it's homemade, and you can make it with less crap. And been getting enough steps. But this Hume Health scale has that little thing there. You hold it out like this, not like this, not like this, but about like this. While you stand on the scale. It sends electrical impulses through your feet, up through your body, through your arms, into the handle, and back into the machine. You don't feel it at all, unless you're really super hypersensitive. Sometimes I can feel a little bit of a tingle or something. You want to make sure, of course, you don't have dirt on your feet, but you also want to make sure they're not sweaty, which mine are a lot of time are, so I have to wipe them off before I step on it. You want to make sure, of course, it doesn't have dust, cat hair, I don't know, cat litter or something on it. When I first set it here, I was a little worried about the cats. Maybe they'd poop on it or something. But they're good cats. They don't poop everywhere. And the litter box stays clean, so they have no reason to poop everywhere. But anyway, that scale has helped me out getting better on track. Or actually, I was already on track, right? So it was helping me get in the right direction. And get on a better track that's more of a shortcut to my destination. It can tell me where I need to make improvements on, like, 7.7, 7.5 lean mass. Well, that means put more on this arm. Just a few more reps to get that lean mass up more. And if just two or three more extra reps on that side or set me over, then I adjust. Simple. But when you're just going by feeling daily fluctuations, just by your own vibes and feel, you can't get a full estimate or even an exact amount. you can get a rough estimate, maybe a hypothesis, if you use your brain correctly, but having the more data right there compiled in front for you is so much better. So I recommend checking them out, getting it. Honestly, yeah, it is a good bit of money. About I don't know, the original price was quite a lot. More than half a paycheck. But then they were on a discount. Plus, I had a discount code from Muscle Monsters, the YouTube channel. Check them out if you want to. And if you want the code, if it's still active. And so that, cut quite a bit off the price, the original price out of it. But I mean, it was quite a bit. And the app is free. And you don't need a subscription to enjoy any part of the app unless you want to go deeper into it. Just like MyFitnessPal calorie tracker. You can use that app for free. There's certain features that let you go deeper into the app you have to pay for. But which is one great thing about the Hume Health. They don't expect you to buy a subscription. I mean, I'm sure they know what us consumers think and feel. We spend enough on the machine already. We shouldn't have to pay for a subscription to use it. Anyway, that's enough ranting and rambling, and my chest needs some food. Anyway, hope you like it. Give a thumbs up, ring that bell, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, have a good one, folks. Be safe, be good, and take care of each other and yourselves and the planet. Stop littering. That's one of the biggest things we can focus on individually, is the amount of trash we consume and where we put it. And I mean, if global warming is real, climate change is real, which yes, global warming, climate change, whatever is real, and I think it is. Man or human progressed by humans, pushed further than it would be normally. Because normally, our climate changes. We have volcanoes dumping out carbon. We have all this other stuff causing a lot of carbon in the atmosphere naturally. But then us dumping more carbon on top of that could be a problem. And really, I mean, we can walk to work, we can bike to work, we can all carpool on a bus or each other's vehicle if that option is available. Like if you live near some of your coworkers. But that one's a little bit harder, where since everyone has a vehicle, most people don't really communicate and work with each other. And how we dispose of that trash, too, is a big thing. Anyway, I could go on and on and on and on about that. But I'm not going to. We already had an hour and 12 minutes, and I've already said bye, like, a few times. Welcome to West Virginia, folks, where your guests and your hosts say bye to each other at least 20 times before there is actually a departure. But my phone is running low, and the video is already long enough, so hope you enjoy it, and you know what to do. I'm not saying it again. Also, get outside, touch some grass. If it's not too hot for you outside, because some of us have breathing problems or other heat sensitive related issues, and going outside in extreme heat is not advised. Anyway, I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, folks.